first and goal. Mahomes swings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas City! Ready, down! Put.
Hello? You play to win the game. I don't want winners. I want people that want to win.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Lee. Got my man Took in the house. How you doing, brother?
West Side, yes. Hump day going on, everybody. Talking sports.
Absolutely. Welcome to the Playcall Sheet. We bring all things football to you every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Man, how your day been so far, brother?
Day's been all right. I think I got a swell ankle right now. Actually, I'm holding ice on my ankle right now as we speak, man. I'm hurt. It's the Took flu game here. The ankle game.
We've been crossing people over you, and you blew your own ankle out of what's going on with that?
I think so. I was in the gym.
Took he in there hooping on his lunch break. But man, got a great show for you tonight, man. Hopefully we get some people up here to hang out with us tonight and say everything Wednesday night, all things football. Make sure, I believe, we go back to a normal scheduled time after the first preseason game. So I think that, what is that on the
So 2.5. That's about 2.5 weeks from now.
August 4th. We go back to a Playcall Sheet being on Mondays.
Okay.
I think it's July 31st is the game.
Okay. Yeah, man. So everybody, Mondays we're gonna get back to it, and then we'll leave the rest of the sports for the middle of the week, which is fine. It was dope how we kind of finagled that.
Absolutely. That's what we do, man. That's what we do. But you know what? Let's get into it, man. Because we got a lot of stuff to cover tonight. Definitely want to get your perspective. We talk a little bit betting tonight, which is right up your alley. Betting odds, rather. Talk a little college football, things of that nature. But first, right off the bat, man, we got Coach Sanders. Must be the money himself. Wants a salary cap in college football. Now, he actually did this, I think, during the Big 12 media day, which was this week. He says that he wants to make sure the salary cap in college football because he says that it's crucial to ensure a more competitive landscape in the era of name, image, and likeness, a.k.a. NIL deals. So how are you feeling about that, man?
It's wrapped out. We see these guys getting paid like pros now in some aspects. Deion's been part of that game. I feel he is heads on this. Should be a salary cap. The way, for instance, now players can transfer like real late into the to the process and then be able to go into another school. That type of stuff should create a salary cap. There should be a loss in or a hit if you're able to go get somebody in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? How much money do you have? And now in case when people are transferring, what are you giving this person wherever school he's going to? So yeah, Deion, I agree. There should be a salary cap. The question is, when will there be a salary cap? There's gonna be one though. The high horses obviously are not in the Big 12. We know where they're at. But there's going to be some teams climbing up that mountain. Deion could be one of those guys. I just hope when it is a salary cap, all stretch and sound, he got the money trees. Because we know where the free agents are going with the money trees if there's a salary cap.
What's up, Pete Dollar? How you doing, brother?
In the building.
Brandon, appreciate you hanging out with us down in H-Town, Texas. That sounds like communism.
Now, question for you. This was spoken to him through like a voice phone or something? Or was this like a interview process or something? Shout out to Deion. Hope he's getting better.
This was after during a press conference. I think when the coaches came out and talked to the media about the upcoming season and expectations and stuff like that. And I think he just kind of gave his point of view on it because, he's arguing about as far as how his argument is the financial disparity. He thinks that it's as is right now, it's unregulated. in the NIL system. So it gives an unfair advantage to, the wealthier programs, AKA the Ohio States, AKA, the University of Texas, the Georgias, the Floridas. They can spend more money because they're more prominent programs. I think I saw this week where, we had talked about earlier how Texas Tech kind of came up out of nowhere, but they had to spend I think they said they had to spend an additional 30% of the NIL budget just to get people to come out to Lubbock. If you ever been to Lubbock, ain't nothing out there but Texas Tech and all.
You got to pay your pockets, man. If you want me to be out here, listen here. Like you just said, man, the sightseeing is not so see and sight. You got to persuade people. This is going to turn the magnitude of not only college football, but you think about the younger guys, high schoolers and the middle schoolers. This is going to transcend all the way down. It already has. You got spring football everywhere. You should have spring football in certain places. You got spring football everywhere now. 7-on-7 is everywhere now. Flag football, you integrate that in there. Those players become tackle football players if you want to not compare the two. So all this is going to trickle down. Now, I probably won't have no new kids. But for anybody having kids in the next 5 years, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a salary cap on the kindergarten school.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just the way it's going down right now. Shout out to you, Coach. I see use that practice, you know what I'm saying, with little man, you know what I'm saying? I like that, man. That's what summer's about at night. Me growing up, football practice was dope.
P. Dollar says, so tuition is about to, I appreciate that, brother. He said, so tuition is about to go up soon at these already expensive colleges. And Brandon's, what if the rule was every player had to get the same amount of NIL money?
If everybody had to get the same amount of NIL money, a lot of these critics and people that, for instance, put players from 1 to 100 on the top 100, their jobs would be gone. Because at that point, if everybody's getting paid the same money, well, what's the point of a ranking? We just might as well rank them based on how we feel about it.
That's true.
It's still ultimately up to the players to decide where they want to go through persuasion and all that stuff. But yeah, if everybody had the same amount of NIL money, that would defeat the purpose, I feel, like NIL money.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think you and I are on the same page with this. I think kind of a immediate fix to this would be there needs to be some type of regulation when it comes to transferring. Because most of these guys, some of them initially were transferring because it may not be a good match for them. For them and their expectation with the coaching staff or the environment, so they transfer to another school. But lately, it seems a lot of this is being guys are transferring because they're getting offered bigger bags at other schools to transfer. You put a squad douche on that'll kind of taper down some of this NIL stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm from the old school, man. You go to your college, you play at your college. I mean, I know in college football might be on the low. There was a lot of transfers, but not in the main media. You heard about it a few times in college basketball, but kind of like after the year thing. The way this is swindling right now, football starts in about a month. Somebody's going to be transferring to a school and playing immediately within the month. That's wild. I would never have pictured that ever in my life. Now being here talking about this is crazy.
Do you think probably part of Coach Prime's argument, like some people are saying, they're suggesting that his concerns may be influenced by Colorado's recent loss of star players to the NFL, and they can't compete financially to the bigger schools. Before, Deion was getting some of the skilled players based on who he was as a coach, which is kind of the old school way of doing it. Kids go to play for the coach. Let's be honest. They're not going to the school because I just love the school. The coach and the coaching staff is the one that sells them usually on the university, unless they're a legacy player. But do you think they have something to do with it because Colorado can't compete?
It got a little bit to do with that. And as well, Deion knows the game. He knows that they're going to be at disadvantages. They're going to have to continue to try to go drag the transfer portal to try to get somewhat of a good player based on what they were before they left the school. My thing is with this is Deion had an excellent opportunity. He had two guys who were ranked high in those football recruitment rankings that he grew. He's able to grow them, get them into his school. He's starting to do this stuff now. Now, this is the hard part. We've talked about this plenty of times. When these two are gone, what's going to happen now? And now we're starting to see Deion like, I got to find a plan.
Colorado lost some of that star power.
I think he'll find one, but even if he doesn't, he could have jumped to the NFL, and it wouldn't have mattered what your roster was.
Mike, get out of my head. That's going to be my next talking point. Mike says, with all this NIL talk, do either of you think the NCAA has an obligation to go back and apologize or retroactively make it up to teams like SMU in college football and Michigan in college basketball? Absolutely. Even though the damage is already done, Michigan hadn't rebounded. SMU damn sure ain't rebounded. They're just getting to the point where they're competitive. They're making bowls and whatnot. But yeah, if you think about the money that they were giving those kids back then compared to what they're getting now, peanuts. So I do agree with you with that, Mike. Mike, you've been hanging out with us too much, man. You're up here producing the show for us.
Man, listen here. I don't think they owe anybody an apology. And a lot of people that do owe people apologies are not going to apologize. They're heavy on their high horse. They're going to remain who they are. These teams, there's a slope to this. The teams that cheated in the day and all that stuff happened, hey, those are losing the day. Now this is time. So no need to apologize. SMU looks like they back. Hold on. This is the crazy thing though, where it's a slope. SMU seems to be finding its tracking again. And Michigan and college basketball been found their tracking even after the scandal. It was just the individuals who was part of those teams that it hit the most. Now, SMU was different because it was a school. They got hit crazy. The death penalty. Right? So
one and only time.
Now we see about 30 years later, they're coming up now again. They had to fight that. And now in time for this, they can go to classes and tell their story. It's kind of like rehab. Mm-hmm. They need to have a rehab facility. So I hope SMU for the next 30 years walls out.
One last talking point before we move on to the next subject in regards to Deion and his idea of a salary cap. We got to keep in mind the most recent note of the recent settlement of the House versus the NCAA, where they kind of introduced a revenue sharing model. And I think it's currently around 20.5 annually as far as like money that schools pay directly to the athletes. So it's not a real salary cap, but it's more of a broader NIL ecosystem. So now you got boosters and the collectors can still make arrangements with players outside of that structure. And just, as far as like the money the schools pay to them. I think it kind of lays the groundwork a little bit, but I don't know. The toothpaste is out the tube. I don't know if they can put it back in there without shutting the whole thing down.
It's on the show. That toothpaste line is fire. Always one in my head. Definitely can. For sure, you know what I'm saying? If you a person that don't really want to use all your toothpaste, make sure your hand's not too heavy.
Absolutely. We're going from talking about cheaters from the past to most recent cheaters, and no, we're not talking about the Patriots.
Oh yeah.
But we're talking about wrong one. Wrong one, hit the wrong button.
That's Deion.
Here we go. Talking about Connor Stalions. The guy that got caught cheating on the behalf of the Michigan coaching staff that kind of took the rap for it. He said he knew all signals for 7 games. But then the guy's coaching career is over with. Because I don't think anybody would ever do it again. But he claimed to have known nearly all the opponent's signals in 7 specific games over a 2-year span. The 2021 and 22 Michigan State games, the 22 Penn State game, the 22 Ohio State game, the 22 TCU game, the 21 Georgia game and the 21 Wisconsin game. That TCU game, wasn't that the semifinal game they blew them out in?
Yep. Greasy. That right there, and the way this ended, you know what I'm saying? And everybody getting crispy clean in a sense. Well, no, Harbaugh basically crispy clean. The rest of these guys are facing scrutiny for it. Damn, my man left at the right time. But it sucks though, because here you go. You got this man here. 7 signs of 7 games, pivotal games. Harbaugh was like, let's just get there. And then we're just gonna use whatever we can.
Crazy part, I think they went 4-3 during that time span.
This is bad. This is not good. This is bad for business. This guy looks like he don't even look like somebody that you would even think that would be talking this. And he took the rap and all that for stuff for a green Michigan shirt and some sweaters and some socks. Was it worth it? Did you get a national ring? I don't know. But it's wild. It's crazy. And then you go back after you took the rap. You took the rap, and now you're going to try to tell your story to double back. Where did you do that at?
That's true. I know the current. So Harbaugh got a 3-game suspension, which he served. The guy that got caught stealing, he resigned. The guy he with 11 NCAA violations, including 6 level 1 violations, and they charged Harbaugh with failure to monitor his staff. So pretty much this guy, like I said, at the beginning of this topic, he took the rap for it. But the current coach, Sharon Moore, did he serve? Because I think he got hit with a 2-game suspension.
Yeah, he got hit with multiple games.
Did he serve that this past year? I don't know. I think he did, right?
I believe he did. Yes.
Okay. So that's the bad from Michigan. Let's look at the good from Michigan.
Oh no! First 2 games of this season.
Okay, so it's recent. Okay, so how did they manage that?
Basically, the ongoing investigation. I mean, I think they had already. I think he was already in boiling water, and what happened was a decisions being made, and you kind of see that around college and NFL right now. Certain things being talked about in regards to things that we knew was going on, but we kind of forgot about it.
He was the former defense coordinator under Harbaugh, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the bad for Michigan. Let's look at some good from Michigan.
Ooh, this is interesting though. Sorry about that. Before we get to it, it's only for the 3rd and 4th games of the season.
Who are they playing? What patty cake ass team are they playing?
Oh man! Oh my God!
Cause that's 3rd and 4th, right before they go into conference play too.
Yep. So they got Central Michigan and Nebraska.
Get out of here. Central Michigan, other what the Chippewas, I think.
Yep, the Chippewas.
Nebraska Cornhuskers, whatever. You got baby Cam Newton. They say he's put on 15 pounds of muscle since he got there in the spring semester. He's up to 230 from 215. Now he believed that his weight gain is going to make him more explosive, maybe faster. And he told the Wolverines Clayton Safety that the added weight combined with the work he's done with string coach is contributing to overall improvement in his game. He's only 17. He was considered the number 1 prospect in a lot of recruiting per 247 sports composite rankings. He is competing for the starting quarterback position with the Fresno State transfer Mickey Keene and sophomore Jaden Davis. My question for you, brother, too. How important is his weight gain for him, and do you expect for him to be the starter by the end of the season?
I expect him to. Sucks that he's not going to get the opportunity to. I mean, he didn't get the opportunity to just start off straight up. But for him, the weight gain, for me, it could be one of 2 things. He's 17, and he feels like he needs his 15 pounds to hang along the park after dark. Or for me, he's just like, I know who I am. You know, I need this extra 15 pounds because I'm really going to go ahead this year. But this is $10 million man, correct?
Yes.
$10 million. I mean, me and Will chatted about this several times. He's got to play like a $10 million man. So if this weight gain thing is on him and on his list of things to do, then I'm not mad at it. The only thing I'm be mad at in this situation is, personally, ball out first, and then I said, hey, I gained 15 pounds, and that's the reason for it. Because now, if you gain 15 pounds and for some reason you don't adapt or you struggle or whatever, it's the point of the weight. And if the weight plays back to it. So me, I'm the type of guy that when I watch sports, you see like Cam Newton, for instance, who I'm comparing him to. He balls out, he does all that, and then when he's doing that, now it's the, you know, I gained 15 pounds of muscle and all that stuff. That's stuff that you hear like when you're developed, in a sense. 17 years old. We know they say about men, they're not developed until who knows, but we know for surely he's not developed. But I think he's an overall great person, and I think that he knows he needs to come in and have that. And a lot of Michigan guys who play QB haven't had that, but Shoelace, he gives me Shoelace vibes here. Now, if you're going to mix that in, you know, gain some weight, you know, run the ball, you're going to do your thing, hey, I'm not mad at it. But it's going to take a lot for him to, one, be able to play up to the 15-weight gain, because this is not something old. He's gained his new weight. And for him to be able to win the games that he's supposed to win, and then 2 games without the coach, if he is starting, in a sense, you got to go out there and win those games by 40 or 50.
Wasn't he originally, when he verbally committed to LSU, and then he changed it last minute?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Changed it up there. QB left. But Noose is over there. So shout out to Dale.
Shout out to our guy Dale. Got a question for you. I know you are a proponent of any type of playoff expansion.
Expansion.
College football expansion to move to a 5+1 bracket format starting in 2026. That soon. That's 2026.
That's 16, correct?
Yes.
Oh, you know, man. Hey, listen here. 16 good. 16 solid. 16 straight. The way the parity's going up in college football is good. Let these guys do it. Even if it's SEC versus Big Ten. SEC versus 50% Big Ten. 25%, you know what I'm saying, Big 12. Hey, the Pac-12 still got a champion conference, tourney champion that can get to the dance. Hey, this is what it's about in college football. We've been dealing with the 60-something teams in college basketball for years, and nobody said nothing until it hit the 68.
That's true.
So what's the problem here? What's the problem? What's the problem with trying to go out and get some extra bread? And they're still giving you the games, the Citrus Bowl and the Crunch Bowl and the Headphone Bowl. They're still giving you that. Look at that. They didn't take that away yet. So why are we mad?
That's the part I like about it, is now some of these bowls that kind of had lost some of their luster over the years, they got some meaning now because they're part of the college football playoff. So you got teams fighting to move on to the next round in these games. So it has a lot more value to it now.
Yeah, it's value, and that's the thing, value. It throws value now to these games. When we was popping out, we had the one national championship game, and that was fire for us. That was fire. And honestly, nobody, I mean, unless you was a fan of that team, you wasn't paying attention to that. Give me the national championship game. Why am I getting this game, the Rose Bowl, when the national championship game is the cream of the crop? Why? For what? So if the number 1 team loses the national championship the next day, the number 4 team in the country is the overall number 1, though they didn't win the national championship? Like, what are we talking about here, everybody? Expansion is good for the brain. It's good for the mind, and sports heads, it's good for the sports head. You know why? Because more games, more reason to tell your wife bounce and watch TV.
So some of the details and the key points from that, obviously, as Tuke mentioned, we're going from a 5+11 structure, which is 16 teams, which is a change from it's going from expanding from 4 to 12 teams that he just recently had. So they're adding 4 more teams. The proposed format allocates 5 automatic bids for the highest ranked conference champions. A little bit different in the past because I think some of the other teams got the automatic bids from the conferences, but the 5 automatic spots are the highest ranked conference champions. Okay, I get that. The Big 12 and the ACC conference have actively advocated for a 5+11 model, believing it promotes fairness and earns spots based on on-field performance. The SEC, one of the 2 big conferences of them all, they discussed a model with a high number of automatic bids for the Big 10 and the SEC. Their coaches have expressed overwhelming support for the 5+11 model. And then the Big 10 position is the Big 10 has been more focused on a model that would grant their conference and the SEC the automatic bids each and fewer at-large bids. So difference of opinion has contributed to ongoing discussions about the future format. So as far as if it's going to be a 1+16, they haven't gotten to the details of that yet. But it's probably going to be coming out here pretty soon because they said they expect a final decision to come by December 1st. So that's soon.
Yeah, man, Mike, I wish they would do the 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15. Actually, they should move that. But I think they're not going to do that. NCAA not going to do that. They know what they do.
Too much money at risk.
They do not want to see what they do not want to see, Mike. We don't want to see it miss. We want to see the 16 beat the 1. We want to see the 14 beat the 3. We want to see that. This is why
any given game. Yep.
It's gonna happen. But yeah, the NCAA too smart for that right now. They're not going to do it unless somebody go complaining that that's the way the series should be. Then maybe they'll change it. But the NCAA ain't going to change. They ain't going to change that. But that's funny. December, it's 50-50 chance that they can make it a regular bracket style. That'll be fine, though.
I think ultimately that can be where we're going to be headed. So that's our college football type. Not we want to
I want to stay with up to P Dollar, dog. I like the point. More good teams going to be more fun. That's what I take for it. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a little bit of fun with your sports as well as be serious. I'm serious with the Cowboys all day. You got to have some fun.
That part. Now, over to NFL talk. You familiar with this cat here, too?
Oh, I'm not familiar with it.
So this is the Bears GM, Ryan Poles. He just recently got a contract extension through the 2029 season. Now, keep in mind, he's gone 15-36 since he took over in 2022. But he's got a new head coach in Ben Johnson. They had a very good draft this past draft that made some great moves as far as trying to rebuild that line and get some talent around the number 1 overall pick from last year, Caleb Williams.
He extended himself in a sense. That's kind of where this is going to go here. Do or die by Caleb. This is what it's going to be. And this guy's going to be front and center when it all falls down. I hope not. You know me. I put my money on the Bears the last 2 years to win the North. And they haven't. I put my money on them to win the North this year. You know I got a little bit of change in the pocket to do it. The Bears are on go mode this year. Not to say that they're going to be good this year, but they're on go mode. They can't wait. With what they got, how to take coach in the market. Yeah, year before.
The last 2 years.
Market, right. And then they're spending bread, free agency, and they're doing all this stuff. So it's go now. What I would be concerned with is the division they play with. But the way the Vikings were last year, the Bears can be that way. But people don't believe in the QB because they see him on the internet being himself. Gotta be himself. His plays got to do the talking. And hopefully his play does the positive way of talking because he's going to need to do that.
Answer.
It's going to cash out regardless of the situation.
Brandon's question real quick. Does Ohio State regress a little? I mean, they lost a lot. Absolutely. I think they do. They did lose a lot. They lost a lot of draft picks this year. Jake may think otherwise, but can't wait till week 1 when my Longhorns are up there. It's going to be I think it's going to be a great matchup. It's going to be an early season test.
Week 1's going to tell you all you need to know about Ohio State. It's going to tell you all you need to know. And I don't even need to say no more after this. They're like, if they beat Texas, then we'll kind of see who they are. If they lose to Texas, we're definitely going to see who they are. But Ohio State's one of those teams that when you think they're down, they're up. And when they're up, like Jake thinks, because they won last year, they're down.
I think that week 1 game is going to be dangerous. I think they're going to be up for it because I'm not mistaken. A lot of ranking systems have Texas coming in as a number 1 team for week 1. So they're going to be up for the game, playing at home, coming off a national championship, a replay of the Cotton Bowl. So they're going to be hyped for that game. Now, I think for them, not only that game is going to be crucial for them on how they're prepared for it, but also if they win, how to respond, or if they lose, how do they respond? That's going to determine because, you don't want to get up for week 1 playing against Texas, and then the next week you lose to a team that you probably should beat. Or if you lose and then that just starts a trend to where they can't get out of a hole. So Ohio State's got a lot to try to prove. Like I said, they got a lot of moving parts, a lot of new faces coming in key spots. They still have arguably the best wide receiver in the land. So we're going to see how it does.
I'm curious. O-line's going to be really crucial, as well as it is every season. But O-lines is definitely going to be crucial because you got so many QBs who people are coming in like he could be the guy, he could be the guy, he could be the guy. And these O-liners are going to have the job to protect them at any cost.
Now, this move here, when it happened last year, it was like, what was Atlanta thinking? And then when they drafted the quarterback from Washington, we really thought was, what is Atlanta thinking even more? But right now, they're sitting on this huge contract with Kirk Cousins that they're trying to trade. Now, they're speculating his next landing spot because obviously they're going to have to move on from him. Because Kirk's kind of come out and said, I think recently he said that he felt like he was deceived by the team. And I get that part because nobody saw them drafting their future quarterback. Like, what was it, like almost a month after they signed Kirk Cousins? But Cleveland Browns and their quarterback carousel, they've been mentioned as a possible destination. But the other teams that I mentioned, the Giants, I don't really see that. The Titans, I don't see that either. The Colts is interesting. And the Seahawks is interesting. Do you think, obviously Penix is going to be the starter going forward. Do you think he ends up with any one of those teams or any of those teams your favorite, or you think there's a dark horse out there?
Oh man, listen here. If I'm Atlanta, you can play this. You can play this best you can. You can play this. Hopefully your team is able to be good with it. That's the first thing. Second off, you hope that a team, probably one of the teams that you mentioned, those QBs that they have now are not who we thought they was. Or if they was, they just flat out, just the opposite. But I would wait till the trade deadline to see what you can get for him. Because around that time, there's going to be a team that's going to be in the need for a QB, maybe for a push, maybe for a backup. And Kirk is going to be on that list of guys because he's going to be disgruntled as he already is, being over there, while Penix, if he balls out, is going to be on the field. So why even worry about this right now? He's there. There's nothing you can do about it. You ain't cut him. What you going to do? Cut Kirk? You're going to cut a guy that we talk about his money all the time, and you're just going to let him just get his money and go. And the story is Kirk, everything he touched turned to gold. No, not championship gold. Money. It's it's a crazy situation, but if I'm the Falcons, I would pause this right now. Because what you're doing right now is trying to even up people to say, hey, we just give you the quickest offer. Are you going to take it? No, let this marinate a little bit. Let Kirk continue to get mad. Let the Falcons, or not let the Falcons, as Dale will say, win some games. And let's see how they are, Penix. And then you can get this rolling. Now, Penix is not the guy. Kirk might be back getting on the field. And then you can hope and pray and be Kirk that you don't get hurt. And that's the loser card. But other than that, it's a win-win for Kirk. Don't even go bug out right now, Kirk. Chill out. Wait till like week 4, week 5, and then start bugging out.
Speaking of the guy, let's get our guy Jake up in here. What's going on, Jiggity Jake?
What's happening, fellas?
Jake and his nightly commute. Appreciate you hanging out with us as always, brother.
Yeah, late night. Had to have a chat, but we're all good now.
Absolutely. We're talking about Kirk Cousins and his next potential spot. Obviously, Atlanta is interested in moving on from him and starting the era where, with Penix Jr. We had mentioned Cleveland as a potential. Anybody can show up in Cleveland. But we had also talked about, him possibly ended up, the Giants, the Titans, the Colts, the Seahawks, all the rumored teams. I don't see the Giants or the Titans because they've got their, their future quarterbacks there. The Colts and the Seahawks, the Colts and the Seahawks, I can see. Some of the people in the chat, Mike said the Colts seem to be a perfect fit for Cousins. And he followed the Matt Ryan train. The quarterback starved team in New Orleans. Yo, man, I like Kirk quarterback series. Kirk to the Browns or the Raiders. From Anthony. The Colts seem to be the perfect team for every team before they get there. They can't cut the guy who smashed all of Matt Ryan's records on Matt Ryan night. He could be the next Matt Ryan. And why did Jay sound like Butters? Woof, woof, woof.
Hey, guys.
Jay, did you see the Mayo bit with you any yesterday from Dale?
No.
Well, welcome tonight, Jake, man. So what do you think he might end up at?
The Colts thing, that just makes the most sense because, they absolutely love old washed cornerbacks like, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan. It fits their identity.
Wasn't Flacco there briefly too?
Yes, he was.
Hey, yo, hold on. We ain't gonna do Phillip Rivers like that because Phillip Rivers got them to the show.
Hey, look.
Phillip Rivers got them to the show.
No. Phillip Rivers didn't do nothing in Indianapolis.
He got them to the playoffs.
No, he didn't. I swear he did. I swear he didn't. They haven't been to the playoffs since Luck.
Maybe not. Let's check.
But honestly, I like the idea of what Took said about just holding on to him until, trade deadline or midseason or something like that, or week 6, because there are 2 teams off the top of my head that I know will probably have an injured quarterback by then, and that's one Miami Dolphins or the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those 2 would be great fits if Aaron Rodgers and or Tua went down. So you could see him in either one of those 2 spots too if they choose to hold on to him instead of getting rid of him now. And at the same time, Penix is coming into his 2nd year. He didn't have much time last year, so true rookie year, no sophomore slump this year. See how he goes. And not be what they thought he was, and Kirk Cochains might be back in that bitch. So we'll see.
Phillip Rivers, Jake, he lost the game.
Buffalo, right?
In his last playoff game, Phillip Rivers, 309, 2 touchdowns, lost by 3 to Buffalo.
Okay.
Hey, you got me on that one. Good job. I like it.
Yeah, all right,
cool. My bad. You're right.
You got all the
You know your
kids.
stuff.
You got all the kids.
But yeah, no, those are my. If they choose to hold on to him, I see him being a Miami Dolphin or a Pittsburgh Steeler because Aaron Rodgers won't last the whole season, and Tua's due for an injury because he was healthy all year last year, I think.
Brandon's going ham on you tonight. He called you Professor Chaos. Miami's a dark horse. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. 2, I know you got some interest in this. One of these guys, actually, one of them is your kinfolk, and the other one is a favorite team that you cheer for. Micah Parsons' contract as well as T.J. Watt's contract. Who gets signed first?
Who's going to sign first?
Yep.
Probably going to be Parsons.
Now, Watt wants to become the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL. He's seeking a deal that exceeds Myles Garrett, which is crazy, but exceeds Myles Garrett and Jamar Chase. Both are over $40 million a year.
Yeah,
man, look, cousin Watt, you gotta be on the field for more than 10 games a year to get that kind of a contract. I'm just saying.
Does Pittsburgh know they let him go, along with what they're doing right now with the way their team's constructed? And everybody's been whispering that Pittsburgh may be over for years. If they get rid of Watt, it's over. It's over. Pittsburgh going to be in the top 5 in the next 4 years, 5 years, they let him go. I'm telling you. Bad voodoo. You don't get rid of a Watt like that. Don't.
Brandon thinks Jerry Jones is going to sign Micah on opening day, similar to how they did with Dak this past year.
Yeah, they do that the Cowboys do that every year with their players. Seems like it's like, oh snap, back to school. It's the new sneakers. Then in that case, maybe it's Watt, but we don't even see no like. And the thing is, we hear negative about Watt. Everybody's coming out and letting Watt know that you got to play more than 10 games, man, to get this type of money. But Watt feels like he's a Watt. So both sides got a reason to not pay or for Watt to want money. Right now, it's all about what Pittsburgh does and what the organization values themselves on. Paying these type of guys. So if they're not paying these type of guys anymore, what do I think the franchise is turning into?
I think they're each posturing to see who signs first. As soon as one signs, the other one's going to come right behind them and sign. But they're trying to maximize their deals, though. I was trying to look up, see the game log. Let me see. T.J. Watt. For the most part, he's done better than his brother. Played 17 games this past year. 17 games the year before that. Played 10 in 2022. But other than that, he's played either 15 or 16 games. So he just had that 1 year where he was hurt.
Where that come from, dog? My man on the field, man. No. If you want to take a game or two off, he chilling with me. That's why he ain't playing.
Took, how you feel about this statement from Anthony? Watt is a much better player than Parsons.
Damn.
See, he my cousin. So I'm gonna agree with you heavy. But he don't play for the Cowboys. So when it comes to game day on Sundays this year, he ain't. Right now, we talking family. I ain't gonna expect my family on TV. But in my mind, when I'm at the crib, Parsons has got to be better than Watt because I don't care for the Steelers. I care for the Cowboys.
I definitely think he's a better player. I don't know about the much better player aspect of it.
Well, it's coming from a Commanders fan, so much better. He had to add that in. The much better. Better. Nah, I'm messing with you. Shout out to you, Ant-Man. How's this summer going? Hope all's well with you. As well as everybody in here. Hope everybody's day will well.
All right, so now we're about to get to the nitty-gritty. This is about to become the Took segments. Talk a little 2025 preseason award prediction, the betting odds. Yeah. First off, we got the NFL Offensive Player of the Year as number 1. You got your favorite, Saquon Barkley, Jahmyr Gibbs, Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase, Bijan Robinson, Christian McCaffrey, and Josh Jacobs. Saquon is the betting odds at plus 600, followed by Gibbs at a plus 900. All these guys named, who do you see getting the Offensive Player of the Year trophy this year?
Ooh, This is spicy. This is real good right here. But I'm gonna go that last man on top, man. Jamal Chase. Listen here. If last season was any recipe, he gave me a good one. And you know me, I dogged the Bengals anytime I could. But I don't think I've ever dogged him. So, dog, I can put it on Jamal Chase if I was a betting.
Jay?
I've been, for the past 2 months, riding the Green Bay Packers hard. I'm going dark horse, Josh Jacobs.
Okay. P. Dollar says King Henry. Brandon says Nico Collins.
Ooh,
the home cooking.
okay.
Anthony says Chase or Barkley. He didn't want to get it because DeMar is on the team too. I can see that. Mike says Chase as well.
I'm interested though on Brandon's thing, and this is for bettors too, man. The field is open. We don't know how these players are going to perform. We don't know if they're going to stay healthy. So always to bet on the field that you don't see or where the odds are like, damn, he ain't going to win. He might. So, yeah, those sneaky back odds, players 9 through how many players in the NFL? Look at those odds too.
It definitely won't be CMC.
He had a recent baby. Shout out to CMC.
Who's your pick, Coach?
My homerism says Bijan. Because I think he's a Saquon Barkley starter kit. But I think the guy on this page on here that has the most to prove because of all the outside chatter, Justin Jefferson. A lot of people a couple of years ago, he was seen as the undisputed number 1 wideout in the league. Now you got some people coming up there now, he's still mentioned, but he don't get the same respect that he's gotten in the past. So
he's gonna have a rough ass year he's gonna have a rough year this year to be able to try to pull that off with that bum ass Michigan quarterback.
I think it's a market issue. I think it's the market, honestly. To be real with you. I think it's the market. And I think that's why it is what I think
he needs to be in a bigger market.
I think he was a bigger market. Hell yeah. I think it's back now. Now you've shown how nice you are. People are going to respect you. But when you had to talk about like that, it's because Minnesota. That's why. I'm gonna
throw my guy a bone and go out on a limb that in the next 2 to 3 years, he will end up back in his home state of Louisiana.
With the Saints.
Yep.
I'm fine. Now, championship. We're chasing it. Championship.
Yeah, but it's gonna be the Justin Jefferson and Tyler show.
I think CMC has a better chance. I think that CMC ship is sailed, man. I think he can't stay healthy. And now you got Debo gone, who kind of took some of that weight off of him from a production standpoint. I think that coach, like I say, the coach of the GM is going to get cut. And I think somebody's going to be trying to say their job. They might run this dude into the ground prematurely. Suck for nuts. Y'all don't want Arch, man? I think Arch may want to come back home. You see another Manny number 16.
Dale will take whoever he can right now.
Nah, I think he's locked in on us. Dale, once he gets locked in on somebody, he ain't going to go back on his word.
Yeah, man, he was talking Jack Sawyer for months.
Mike said Jefferson might be the next Megatron Donald wide receiver with no chance at winning and retires early.
Could happen.
I think these guys are made differently now. I think he'll raise hell before he retires.
He won't crash out like Stephon Diggs. We know that.
Yeah, his dad, the OC, but you talking about a Manning coming back to New Orleans. A Manning. Which one you think is going to be bigger headlines? Nuts coaches his son or Arch Manning comes back home? Who do you think is going to have a bigger one?
Hey, our Arch Manning comes with brown paper bags, too.
He already got them retrofitted. Damn.
Dale
Oh,
ain't here to
man.
defend himself. I got to get my paybacks.
Dang. That's what happened when you're not on the show, Dale. Obviously, we talk about offensive player of the year. Let's look at the defensive player of the year. You got their favorites for there. You got TJ Watt and Myles Garrett and Aiden Hutchinson, all at 750. Micah Parsons, Max Crosby, Will Anderson, Nick Bosa, and Jalen Carter are all the favorites, the top 10 favorites. What you got?
Can't go wrong with Myles Garrett.
Ooh, yeah.
Blood is thicker than water, then it's going to be a Manning. Defensive player of the year, Daniel Hunter. Well, he want all Houston Texans to be award winners, huh?
Depending on that nasty bet. That nasty
Defensive
bet.
player of the year will also be defensive rookie of the year, Abdul Carter. Okay. Hadn't been done since, what was it, LT was the last one?
Oh, my man think he LT. Nah. He lying. He lying.
LT and Reggie White, I think.
From this list here, if I had to pick one, it would be my guy. It'll either be Max or no lie on the underscore. I like Foster's chances. I think this is the year for him, really. He has to. Like, and he might get paid. I think he has to. And I said he podcasts more than he's physically ready in the game. He's wrong. So I will go Max first. I will go Foster second.
Okay. Jiggity Jake?
Can't go wrong with Myles Garrett.
He's always going to be a favorite for me. I think it's going to be either Jalen Carter, because he's quickly becoming the most dominant interior defensive lineman in the NFL. Or I think this is your Micah. He's finished close a couple of times. I think he finally got him a real pass rushing specialist on the other side of him. So he's going to have a little help there. So, we're going to see. He's going to hear the chatter. He's going to get paid. He's going to hear the chatter. Hey, you got paid. You need to earn it. So we got okay.
Where the cornerbacks at? Go look for
Now
some
this,
Oh, yeah, you're right. Honorable mention, Gonzo.
okay.
Hey, I ain't mad at you for that. See, go look for the underscores. Those guys are gonna be good numbers, and they might go catch it.
Now this next slide, a little boring, because there's no action, but the guys calling the plays. You got the offensive coaches of the year. You got the favorite, Ben Johnson, followed by Mike Vrabel, Liam Cohen, Duval, Aaron Glenn, Mike McDonald, Pete Carroll in the house, Dave Canales, and Kyle Shanahan. That's the only one I don't agree with. He's going to be gone. He's going to be gone.
Listen, my choice is none of these guys on the list.
Who do you think it's going to be? Okay.
No, Shoddy, man.
You think Shoddy going to have a chance?
This is a wild card for me. Like you said, Coach, open it up. This is the boring list. I just made it fun for everybody. Look up the odds, baby. Shoddy, I'm about to come blazing. Let's go, guys. Please.
Villain, who you got?
Look, this is going to sound awful homerish, but I got good reasons behind it. It's going to be Braves. And the reason why, when you take a team that only wins 3-4 games a year and you bring them back to a, 11, 12 win season, you got to win Coach of the Year.
Oh, what?
Brandon out there he's throwing them shots, man. That team had to do some winning to get Coach of the Year.
Well, they're going to be doing some winning. You be watching the Patriots this year on prime times and everything.
Oh, he gonna have a job the next day. I just think his time is out. His time may be over in San Francisco.
Oh, nice. I thought you were still talking to me. My good. We're good. We're good.
No. I'm sorry. No, man. You my boy, Blue. Now, I'm not saying he's not gonna coach again, Dale. He's just gonna be out in San Francisco.
Hold on, Jake. That's what you really think the Patriots gonna win 11 games this year?
I keep saying that, so I got to stick to it, or else I seem very unauthentic. So yeah, 11, 12 games this year for the Patriots.
All right. You sound like Unc. You sound like Unc with their 14 game prediction. It took them 3 years to get it.
Okay, so listen, like I said, that's why I didn't set the bar so high. I know we're not going to win that much.
Titans have the number 1 pick and got no press coverage or primetime games. Because they're the Titans.
The Titans have the number 1 pick. They invested in something. They're not invested in this team.
Hicks don't be hicking. No one wants to see them.
You say Hicks don't be hicking?
Yeah.
Jake's
if you want some national, if you need some national TV coverage, you better make sure your fans have all their teeth.
Damn. Why you doing like that? Start them out, Debo.
Jake is the number 1 sponsor for mayonnaise, and they got Will Levis over there. Jake will be a better guy in Tennessee than Will Levis. Right, Harper.
The Titans colluded with the Chiefs, and I got proof. Okay. So that's our coach of the year. I think for me, I go with the favorite of Ben Johnson. I like what they've done in the offseason as far as like the free agents they brought in their draft. I like the way that the Bears are headed. I think the Bears are going to win the division this year and make a return back to the playoffs, obviously. But for me, I can I don't want to sound homerish, but I think if what we've seen, obviously we're going to pay more attention to our team than probably the average person. At least we're going to admit it, because sometimes it's kind of weird that the Cowboys haters know just as much about the Cowboys as we do, but I digress. I think Shoddy, man, he can surprise some people. Oh, here comes the clear audio.
Clear audio's back, baby. What's up, fellas?
What's up, Jiggity Jake? 2 got 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feet.
That's the 6. You heard?
That's crazy. I'm glad you said that, though, Coach, because I was about to say, we got the Cowboys fans up in here. How come no one's saying Schottenheimer's got a chance?
I said Schottenheimer got a chance. I went off the bank. Oh, you didn't hear me?
Yeah, I was in the middle of changing.
I said it's coach of the year ranking blazing. And then Brandon said he got to win some games to win coach of the year.
Oh, man, that's funny to hear, man.
Isn't this one of them off years?
On the show. We would love for you to have you on the show one of these days.
Absolutely.
Let us know.
Isn't this one of them off years where the Cowboys only win like 6 games, or was that last year?
That was last year.
So that's all said and done. So we're about to see a Cowboys, 14, 15 win season this year, because that seems to always happen like that.
Says this guy, too. I love the preseason fandom from this guy.
My God. 2 games fandom, too, in the season. People don't know preseason still run through week 4, and Dale was the best one to cheer.
Yeah. Their Super Bowl was in Arlington last year.
Hold on, wait. See, you guys know I hate on the Cowboys. I can't stand nothing about the big star or anything. I think they're a bunch of clowns. But we do know how history goes. This is one of them years where the Cowboys could absolutely win 14 games. I'm just saying. New coach, new look, new offense, new everything. Everybody's coming in healthy, right, Coach? Everyone's coming in healthy this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what are the Cowboys when they're healthy? One of the most scariest teams in the league. I hate to admit it.
In the regular season.
That's not the point. Don't mess my flow up. They are regular season heroes. You could see a 14-win team and everyone's saying, "Who's this guy Schottenheimer? We should have looked at him the whole time." And that's exactly how it's going to go.
And I don't. Maybe my homies Cowboy fans do. But two things I don't pay attention to: Lakers preseason games and Cowboys preseason games. I don't pay attention to them. I will not be that type of guy in preseason. Now, catch me 4 or 5 weeks in, yes, absolutely. But preseason, no.
Yeah, that's kind of one thing that you can say about Tuke and I as fans. We're going to be very objective. We're going to cheer for our team. If our team trash, our team trash. We're going to admit it. But at the same time, you can't come in here with this Cowboy disrespect, man. Stop it. It's a bad look.
We let them win the division 1 year. We let them win the division 1 year. You know, and then this happens. This is wild. Hold on. Did y'all lose to Cooper Rush?
They did. They did.
We got a double for y'all last year. I'm taking that to the grave.
Texans have all the Commanders and Giants picks. I need the Cowboys to whoop some ass. I'll tear your motive. I see what you did there. Offensive Rookie of the Year odds. You got the top running back that we're taking, Ashton Genty, Cameron Ward, the number 1 overall pick, Smiling Travis Hunter, Ted McMillan, Amarian Hampton, the incomparable Tyler Show, Quinshon Judkins.
I mean, he ain't going to be playing enough to be able to get that award.
Yeah, I'm hearing a possible 6-game suspension. And Trevion Henderson of the Patriots. Those are the favorites.
Here we go.
Who you got?
You go first, too.
I'm going to go either Janty or Cam Ward. I'm not going to go with Hunter because we know Dale's guy is the number 1 guy there. If anything, he has a chance to win defensive player, rookie player of the year. Hunter does. So, yeah, I'm going to go with either Cam or Janty.
I'm going with Anthony and Dale on Genty. I think they're all going to run Genty into the ground. They're going to do him like they did Earl Campbell. You got to think Pete Carroll is older, is long in the tooth. He's thinking about now. And if Genty gives him the opportunity, because he's always had a run-heavy offense, he gives him the opportunity to win games and compete for the division, he's going to get the rock any way possible.
Yo, the Raiders about to do him in 3.5, about to do him crazy. Yo. This might be the best player the Raiders has since Marcus Allen.
Damn. I had a high time fade when he played.
Oh man, nah. The Raiders have some fire teams, man. No lie. Listen, is Shaw on there because we needed to appreciate Dale and make Dale happy, or he was there? He's on the top of the list.
So, Jake wants to be super homerish and say Trevion Henderson because that's a double whammy. That's Ohio State and New England. But I want to be realistic here. I want to say Cam Ward, but honestly, it's going to be Genty. We know it is. He's going to, like Coach said, they're going to run him into the ground. Don't be surprised if it's like, week 10 injury, my ankle, and he is out for 2 games, but he still comes back and produces like crazy. So I think it's going to be a 3-way battle between him, Hampton, and Ward with Genty edging it out.
Here we were talking about
NFL offensive rookie odds. Who do you think is going to be offensive rookie of the year, hon?
Pickett.
And it can't be him. He's in jail.
I know.
Anthony Hayes' dark horse could be the tight end on the Colts.
Mm-hmm. And everybody.
Jamie says Ward.
Dude, you guys
betting guys,
the Bengals
always
player
put that guys after.
sign his rookie contract?
I don't know. I was waiting.
He's not. Oh yeah, we're probably gonna talk about that. Yeah, I heard some stuff about that.
Jaden Higgins ain't even one of the top 12. Number 11 is R.J. Harvey of the Broncos. Number 12, a homer pick, Shedeur Sanders.
Yep, Shedeur got to be on that list. You got to get to. Hey, he's not gonna win it, but he's gonna get people betting on that. No lie, it's crazy how much people want to waste bread because a lot of people gonna waste bread picking Shedeur.
Hold on. Oh, there he is.
Jake. Bengals first round pick, Shamar Stewart, has not signed his.
I know, they know. They said they were going to talk about it later.
I didn't know if you were unmuted.
And they can hear you.
Hey, sis.
This is where Jake gets all his information from.
I know, right?
She was trying to be all sneaky. I was like, they can hear you. Hey, I am a little sour about something. I don't see no Emeka Ibuka on here.
$3
But other than that, yeah. So what's the defensive rookies look like?
Defensive rookies. How did you know that was coming up next, Jake? Process of elimination. Defensive rookie of the year, the favorite by far is Abdul Carter, followed by Jalen Walker, Travis Hunter, who's on offense and defense. Catch that?
Yep. Yo.
Michael Williams, Mike Green, Jihad Campbell, Dale's boy. He's going to be in a good position playing for the Super Bowl champion Eagles. Mason Graham and James Pierce round out the top 10.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it ain't going to be Pew Boy from Michigan. He sucks. You know what would be crazy? Could we see the first ever offensive and defensive rookie of the year be one player?
Good probability. They got tickets to sell down there in Florida.
I'm not going to lie to you. I want to see it.
My man, listen here. I'm gonna go. I said I was gonna go on Travis anyway. So I'm gonna go Travis, man. I'm gonna go Travis. He picked to win defensive player of the year, rookie of the year. I'm gonna do Carter's gonna be second for me, but I think he probably edges him out.
And I other than saying the thing about Travis Hunter, I still think, because I was heavy on him in the draft, couldn't believe he didn't go in the first round. I think Nick Emmanwori is going to have an outstanding season for the Seahawks. So I'm throwing him in this group of not the top 10.
Two, any dark horse for you?
Defensive player of the year? You already know who I'm about to say. Baby. Nah, for me, no. It's not really no dark horses here. My dark horse would have been Jihad. I didn't even know he was going to be on the list. That's crazy.
I got a dark horse for you, and it's a homer pick, too. Donovan Ezeraku.
Oh, come on, dog. If my man get that, listen here. We might have him on the show.
He led the nation in sacks last year. He got hella bend. Mike is going to be in double and triple team on his side, so he's going to get a lot of man looks.
Listen here. Telling y'all, man, Dallas is the number one scary team in the league right now for negative and positive reasons. Every year, we're the most scariest team in the NFL for positive and negative reasons. Maybe more positive this year.
Right.
I'm hoping.
And the big dog MVP odds, you've got the incomparable Josh Allen, the exciting Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Patty Mahomes, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, and Baker Mayfield slides into the top 10, edging out C.J. Stroud for the number 10 spot.
Yo, all QBs, dog. Damn, man. It probably is gonna be a QB. You know, play the statistics. Play this all. This is gonna be a quarterback that wins everybody. This is one of the bets that you can't just go in there and just throw your money on somebody of a different position. It's gonna be a quarterback. Will it be one of these quarterbacks? I got a sleeper. But I don't think he's gonna win. But I'll put money on him just because I like it. Jordan Love, Green Bay. Don't know why.
Jordan Love is right behind C.J. Stroud at number 12. Favorite.
Look at the underlist. I'm gonna say That man right there. Don't disrespect Joe again this season. Hey, Dale, the love and hate relationship between me and Joe is not my fault or Joe's fault. It's just his career's fault. He comes out looking like Macaulay Culkin last year. I called it. The year before that, I called. The last 2 years, I've been right on Joe Burrow. I mean, he's a bad effort. He's going to go out there and ball out. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I win. This year, for Joe, to start strong. Start early. Be in shape. Be ready. We haven't heard about no injuries right now. So he's going to be in shape. So after 2 games, the Bengals should be 2-0. If they're 2-0, I will stop the slander of Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Ooh.
If they're anything other than 2-0,
Mark it.
I will continue to talk my shit. I think they end up 500, I can still talk my shit. Overall, I made the bet so I can still talk my shit. Because the Bengals are not going to go 2-0 to start the season.
Interesting. Okay.
Who was the youngest MVP ever?
Youngest MVP ever. That's a good question.
I got it. Hold on. Do I got it? The youngest MVP ever was not
Joe
a
Montana?
QB. It's not a QB.
Oh, Reggie White or Lawrence Taylor?
Nope. Jim Brown, who won the award.
Oh, wow.
With the Cleveland Browns. He was a rookie that year and led the league in rushing yards and touchdowns. Top 5 youngest QBs all time. Since I'm here, might as well see. Gonna come up. Okay, yes. So he comes up. Jim Brown, 21 in 1957. Lamar Jackson, 22 years of age in 2019. Patrick Mahomes at 23 years old in 2018. Dan Marino in 1984 at the age of 23. And last but not least, Walter Payton, 23 years old in 1977. 5 youngest MVPs.
Okay. What do you think about Brandon saying Dak as a sleeper?
Think you high.
Yeah, I'm not going to have no crazy hopes on Dak. I wish he just comes out and does his thing.
We talked about trends earlier, too. He normally has an MVP caliber season coming off an injury.
He's coming back, and he said he feels good. He feels upright. Mm-hmm. He's ready to roll. I can't wait for my QB to go out there and show what he can do. Because these guys in the NFC East ain't beat him. Jalen Hurts went to the Super Bowl last year, but they ain't beat him. Jaden Daniels almost went to the Super Bowl. They ain't beat that. So I want to see these guys against that. Let's see what y'all can do against that. Another domino's falling too. In San Francisco. Their pick just signed with them. Second round pick Alfred Collins has reached an agreement with the 49ers tonight.
Who did? Second round?
Second round pick.
Okay. And I think I saw earlier where Jahdae Barrett, he was the second round pick for the Broncos, right?
Yep.
So second rounders are starting to come in now, so you should see that.
And the Bengals first rounder.
Did he finally sign?
No. More rumor has it that he has been training, but he's been training with the Texas A&M Aggies, his former team, and I'm hearing he might try to file to go back there and play football and re-enter the draft next year. That's what I'm hearing right now. That's news. The news is he has not signed, and he's not going to sign. That's what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing that he's going to try to go back to school. I don't think he wants to play with the devil's money. I mean, I'm sorry. He might be talented enough to get back in the draft next year and be drafted all again into a team that he's comfortable with. But I'm not willing to risk it. I'm not. As a human being, no, not with the way this league's going right now, bro. You've seen, and these are players that had different problems and issues, maybe. Colin Kaepernick, Guys have been blackmailed. I see blackmail all over this. This man right here better sign. If he doesn't, I can't wait to see what happens next year and what team's going to take him. You know, being back. Now, he's a talent, so people love talent. We know talent sells. Josh Gordon, you know, got to play weakless times opportunities. A lot of guys have. But nobody's ever, well, I don't know. Nobody's ever done this. This is wild. A first rounder saying, no, I'm not signing with you, and I want to re-enter next year. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be eligible again, but this is the news I read, so I have to speak to it. And if that is the case, well, we see people getting transferred. You can transfer on August 15th and be out of school on August 20th. Why can't this man go back to 6 A&M?
I don't. There is a loophole somewhere. I didn't read into it completely, but there's a loophole somewhere to where he can apply for this waiver, and there's a good chance that it would get accepted, meaning he could go back and use his last year of eligibility at A&M. So yet again, the Bungles could fumble it away. What do they need the most help with, guys? Defense, because they were dead last in the entire league.
But the team, we got to realize, I mean, obviously, some of us have, some of us haven't, but with the owners, the GMs in this league, they run stuff. Maybe in other sports, players run it, but in this league, the owners run it. They decide, hey, it's what we want the Bengals to have. But the Bengals, we've already seen before they signed the Jamal Chases to a big deal and all that they would cheat. And they're going to go their way. Similar to some owners. They don't have to sign this man. And this is why I think he's crazy for it, because these owners collude with each other. About 85% of them are in cahoots. So why would you play this game? Thinking you're going to roll 4, 5, 6. Hopefully you don't roll 1, 2, 3. So I'm not mad at the Bengals for this. The Bengals are the team. If he's over here demanding all this and extra stuff, that's not his job. At the end of the day, you're a first rounder. They got a marketplace with you. You want extra incentives, all this and that, without even playing an NFL game. You're a C player, like any other draftee. So why are the Bengals being blamed for this? We don't even know how he's going to be on the field. And now we're definitely not going to see how he's on the field this year because he don't want to sign. It's totally bullshit. It is. Because the Bengals had what they wanted. They drafted based on what they wanted. And they got somebody based on what everybody wanted. And he's like, I don't want to sign with y'all. Wow. For whatever reason it was. The Bengals did the dirty shit in the contract. Back in the day, this is why we live it up. We play through and we're going to play to my second contract. I'm going to ball so that when I get paid again, they can never put that in my contract. Ever. That's how we was raised. Sorry, I had to preach for a second.
That's good stuff. Well, what you got for shout-outs tonight, gentlemen?
Shout out to y'all. Real talk. Appreciate y'all all week giving the pain, putting it in. Shout out to the homie Dale. Shout out to the homie Will. You know, hope you get back safe, Will. Shout out to everybody here, man, that tuned in tonight, man, on this Wednesday night. When we get back to Mondays, it's about to be blazing. But I'm happy. I'm happy that tonight ended up being a night where we got contributions from everybody across the board. The comments make the show go. That's what I always say. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your week.
Jiggity Jake.
Shout out to you fellas for letting me be late as hell tonight. Shout out to the comments. You guys were going crazy tonight. I came late and the comments were going crazy. Other than that, safe travels to our boy Will, and see you next week.
Absolutely. Shout out to you fellas, man. Had a whole lot of fun this week. Great shows as always. Tonight's close, it was definitely fun. I love talking just purely football. We're getting closer, gentlemen. Like Tuke said earlier, to start off the show, we're about 2.5 weeks away from preseason football started. So can't wait. Make sure you tune in next week. We're going to take a deep dive and a look at the positional rankings. Going to look, I believe it just recently came out, Going to look at the top 10 positional rankings. So make sure you chime in with us, man, and have a whole lot of fun. 6 weeks of fantasy football. Can't wait, Mike.
Fantasy football. I'm retired from fantasy football, everybody, but I will be participating in the prediction shows. You know, the only one from CP time.
This past Saturday, no. If this game up coming this week, I will be. Hey, Coach, what bears the dumbest? A panda. Appreciate it, Mike, with all the fun is to come in every night, man. What we signing off with tonight, guys?
We're signing up with, since we're about to hit fantasy football season, sign up for STWF Fantasy Football Leagues. We got a few of them, man. That's what we're going to sign them off tonight. We ain't going to say Dale sucks, man. We're going to say salute and support the group. You know what I'm saying?
That's a mouthful. How about we shorten that a little bit?
What? What has he said?
What's the sign off?
Salute the group.
Salute the group. There we go.
Y'all have a good one. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.